Well, hello, everybody. How are my peeps out there, my people? How y'all doing? This is Asian Redneck Show, and this is Billy Bob. That's right. I'm up on top of a tree right now looking down at the world. Why did I do that? To get a different perspective on life. Today, I want to talk to you about thinking outside of the box. I know a lot of people talk about retirement. A lot of you out there just trying to figure out what you're going to do with your life. Maybe you don't have enough money saved up. Maybe the stock market's crashed. Maybe the housing market bubble blew up or something. Pop goes the weasel. Anyhow, things like that happen. And one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is thinking outside the box. For example, maybe you have a Mercedes-Benz. I don't know. Well, if you do, trade it in. Trade it in for a cheaper car. Let's say maybe you can't afford to live where you're living. Maybe you have 5 kids or 6 kids. Maybe you're just struggling every day. Well, one of the things we ended up doing is we ended up starting to look outside of the country. I love America. America's my home. America's where I live. America's where I was born. America. It's a great country. It's one of the best countries in the whole world. That's right. Anyhow, I started saying, well, I can't afford to live here right now with all these children and all these expenses and inflation going through the roof but the economy's tanking and all that stuff. So I started looking out, and nowadays we have the internet, so you can go online and say, you can go to ChatGPT now. Now the internet's like better connected than it ever was. You can ask questions and get actual answers. But anyhow, you can go on YouTube, you can go on the internet, you can ask Google, you can ask ChatGPT and say, which are the cheapest countries to live? What's the lowest cost to live in the 10 cheapest countries in the world? And then you go from there. So we tried Mexico. Mexico's a great country. Shout out, Riva, to Mexico. And we went there for a while. It wasn't really for us. You know what I'm saying? And then we went to Nicaragua. Nicaragua is a beautiful country. It's got volcanoes, lots of ocean, but it's too hot for us. And the infrastructure wasn't as great as it could have been. So then we just started looking around, and we didn't want to go to Europe. Europe too fancy for me. Caviar and all that stuff, too fancy for me. Anyhow, but shout out to Europe. Hey, Europe. Como está en Europa? Anyhow, so then we looked at South America. We looked at Argentina. We looked at Venezuela, but Venezuela was collapsing. It was a beautiful country before socialism got hold of that country. And this is people, you got to wake up. Socialism, that ain't the way to go. Taking money from the rich and giving it to the poor just makes the poor lazy. Because I used to be that way. Until I started figuring out I need to work for my money. I don't need free money from anybody. Anyhow, so we ended up moving to Colombia, South America. And over here, they taught me how to speak Spanish. Watch this. ¿Cómo tú estás? Yo soy Billy Bob de El Asian Redneck Show. Entonces, mi nombre es Billy Bob. And soy americano. So I started learning how to speak Spanish. Can you imagine that? Well, the point of the fact is you got to think outside of the box. You can't just say, I'm never moving from this town. Well, why not? There's tons of towns. Oh, it's too expensive all over the place. No, it's not. I know people that never want to move because they're doctors, because of this. Just move somewhere else that's cheaper. You'll get used to it. And here, vegetables everywhere, food everywhere. It's a lot. So 60% cheaper here in Colombia, South America. And it's a beautiful country. Now, is it where I want to live the rest of my life? Absolutely not. I'll be coming back to the U.S. soon because I miss all of you people out there. Anyhow, I'll be back there soon. Now, start thinking outside of the box. Think of different jobs. Think of different places. Think of different vehicles. Think of different ways of living. Because minimalism is a good way to go. Start looking that up. Look at the FIRE movement. F-I-R-E. I don't know what that means, but go look it up. Anyhow, this is the Asian Redneck Show. This is Billy Bob. And have a good day. Have a good night, and have a good life. Love you.